Hello everyone. It's June and time of swarming when bees are swarming, and it's a good time to utilize on them. Basically, when they swarm, you have to do something. Maybe split the hives and make more hives. Because if you don't, they will be swarming and swarming and swarming, and you will be losing the bees. In my case, I decided to make some queens and queen cells, as well as a royal jelly. In this hive, they survived the winter, grew pretty well, and I would like to graft eggs, actually grafting already from this hive, to make queens, and perhaps to populate other splits to make more queens like that. And because these queens or this hive survived really well, and making queens is actually very simple process. It's not too complicated. So what you need to do, you have to have queen cups. You have to prep them certain way, and then you have to graft eggs, and then you have to put this frame with grafted eggs in the starter hive. And the starter hive is the hive that doesn't have a queen. So what I did is this hive, because I saw that they were going to swarm, I saw some queen cups. I took away the queen, I made a split and made it queenless. Then, because it's queenless, it's predisposed on making new queen cells. So I put a graft of queen cells in this hive. It's right here in this box, right in the middle, the best spot, right? And then I also put a feeder with honey that was dissolved in water to feed the bees, because we want to stimulate hormones. But because it's queenless hive, I can do this operation maybe 3 or 4 times, like every 3 days. And I prepared another frame. So this is a very simple way to do it. As you can see, it's a regular deep frame, but I just installed these planks, right? And then these planks, they have these wax caps that I made using melted wax, good quality wax. And then I glued those cups on the planks and fill them with honey. And honey is the best is to use honey that is crystallized. I do it because I want bees to clean all of these cups and to attach them better. This will be my royal jelly frame that I'm gonna put in a hive, and the bees will clean it nicely. They will work on the cells, attach them really well, and after they do it, I will extract this frame. That will take maybe 5-6 hours, and we'll do a graft from whatever hive that has an eggs, right? And I have a hive that has eggs and another frame that is being prepped. So essentially like a 3-step process, right? So in the step 1, you make this queen cell frame, prepare it, then you give it to bees to finish it. Then number 3, you graft it and you're done. You put it in a starter. Then there are a few other options, but the bottom line is you want to have lots of food, and you want to have lots of nursing bees to pump lots of royal jelly. Then if you want to make queens, you take that frame that has queen cells and put it in a finisher. But in this case, because this hive doesn't have a queen, it will be a finisher. Finisher is when the queen cells are capped, and then when they're capped totally, I can put them in an incubator. And incubator, I made another hive. I'll show you in a moment. That apparently, I think they lost their queen, but they still don't have a laying worker. So I put a frame with a fresh brood in there to attract nursing bees, and I try to overpopulate it to make sure that there are lots of nursing bees around queen cells, because I want them to work well on those queen cells. They need to shape them, they need to remove extra wax when needed. They need to prepare queens for emergence. And then after about 10 or 11 days from the graft time, I will remove those queen cells and make split. That's very simple. This is the process. Now I'm gonna open this hive and I'm gonna look at what happened to that frame that was grafted 3 days ago. The traffic is good, meaning the hive is healthy, lots of bees, lots of nectar flow. Yeah, forgot to mention, you wanna have nectar flow. It's and good weather. This weather is so-so, the bees get a bit mad, but in general, you wanna have nice weather. You want to have at least some nectar flow, and you want to have drones because you need drones for mating. But you can see bees are landing on me because they're heavy. They're loaded with honey, so this is good time to do it. I hope I'll get very nice queens and will be better wintering next year. Okay, let's open it. All right, just got the results, and as you can see here, I have quite a bit of good cells, like the top flank 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and that's exactly how much I need for my split. And then the rest I can take for royal jelly. For now, I take this frame from the bees. The top one will go to the incubator. It's the best to keep it on top. It's warmer, more hair. And I will insert this frame for the bees to work on instead of that frame that they just removed, right? So I carefully slide it in, and I will let the bees work on it. They get a bit upset because the weather is not so good. I got stung a few times, but that's okay. Now I take this box, which has lots of honey, because I don't want them to be hungry. They need food to feed their babies. And then I put this one, it also has honey. I put it in here, and in addition to that, I have a feeder. This top feeder that has some honey in it, so they're basically loaded with honey plus nectar flow. So that's the condition. Okay, so this frame is a nice one. It will go to the finisher, and we'll keep it actually to the incubator, because this is basically almost done. Nice big cells, everything is looking good. We just need to basically remove these queen cells for royal jelly, and the remaining ones will go to the incubator. That's the approach. Okay, here we go. So I collected the queen cells with royal jelly, and it's 15 queen cells here, 12 queen cells there, so it's a total of 27. So it's about 50% yield, which is not bad. So now these bees, they will go to the incubator. So they're a bit upset, the incubator bees, but I have a choice, and I will not shake it because these are, first of all, the nursing bees. They should be okay, not gonna fight much, and also I don't wanna damage the queen cells. Look how nice and pretty they are. Look at that. It's amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful queen cells. So I use a combination, one like made myself, and these plastic ones that were purchased. I think the wax ones, they work better as far as the acceptance, and I will still reuse these queen caps that bees rejected for some reasons. I will graft again in the same area. So by the way, I can take, like, see that it's a very convenient to have it like that, because I can just take it. See, I can take it, this queen cell, and plug it on the top bar, which is preferential. It's warmer over there. So this is how it looks. See, I can just plug it in. So maybe instead of this one, right, this is empty. So I remove this, remove the empty one, and then I just plug the good one in there, and that will be it. And that goes to the incubator for another 5 days, and then I can remove them and put them in my nukes. Okay, turn it upside down. Here we are.